Hello everyone, and now welcome to game 2 in the series, Lucifer versus Cechi. And all I'll tell you about game 1 was that, well, an undead player won. Alright, Lucifer versus Cechi, and if you guys don't know what happened, go ahead and watch it. If you do know what happened, you know the score, as this is game 2 in a best of 3. Game 2 in the best of 3 as Lucifer and Cechi once again go at it. Lucifer as the yellow undead player this time around. Meanwhile, Cechi is the blue undead player on the top right. Blue versus yellow, game 1 or game 2 in this series. As we see a delayed Altar of Darkness coming in from Cechi, Graveyard and Crypt being placed down first. Meanwhile, we see a Tomb of Relics, Crypt, Altar of Darkness already. It actually looks like that's going to be a much faster Altar of Darkness, obviously, there. So we may be seeing a very early creep attempt by Lucifer. Lucifer may want to try and creep around the map early on in this game. It looks like he's adding in a Dreadlord. I had to remember the name of that hero, as I do not remember the last time I saw a Dreadlord as a first hero. The Dreadlord's ability, I believe it's Carrion Swarm, Sleep, and Vampiric Aura. And really, I am curious as to what exactly we're expecting from Lucifer. Lucifer perhaps doing a little bit of an unorthodox build in Game 2. And we'll see whether or not it pays off for him. Now, Carrion Swarm does deal a good amount of damage AoE. In terms of AoE, it is similar to the Shockwave. However, I believe that the Carrion Swarm doesn't have an upper damage limit, or is it the Shockwave that doesn't have the upper damage limit? I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to double check on that at some time, or just have one of my lovely fans out there leave a comment. Now, before I forget, if you guys have enjoyed the series so far, please remember to like the video. This is also this is also the final game or the final semi-final match in the Zotac Cups, which have been going on for quite some time. After a 6-year run since 2007, they have now come to an end. Null Assassin will get taken down there. Null Overseer now surrounded, as Lucifer picks up Sleep first, an ability that is really something that you don't often see. So Sleep is an ability that just shuts down a unit, and the only way to wake it up is to figure out the duration, or to wait out the duration, or take damage. So if you end up taking damage, a ghoul now taken down by Lucifer. Lucifer losing a ghoul to creeping, that is actually not a very indicative of high-level play at all, as we now add in Vampiric Aura. Alright, these ghouls will be able to regenerate about, I guess, 3 to 4 hit points every attack. Going after these units, you can see that the ghouls are taking a bit of damage there. This ghoul needs to back off, and yes, it will be backing off. There it goes, as we now also see a Ring of Regeneration on the Dreadlord. The Dreadlord, with +5 attack, Gauntlets of Ogre Strength, this mass ghoul strategy, is it enough? You could perhaps try to sleep a hero and then surround it. And what's also interesting is that the ghouls will be able to deal a lot of damage and then mitigate some of it because of that Vampiric Aura. So if they in fact surround a Crypt Fiend, that Crypt Fiend could get taken down pretty easily. Alright, Dreadlord sitting at level 2. What is going to be going on over here? Is it going to try to creep it out? Yes, it is going to try to creep it out. And you can also see down over here, there is a Necropolis being placed down. So Lucifer going for an expansion that is not going to work at all. Alright, so far there is that Dreadlord now sitting at level 3. No one expects a level 3 Dreadlord, level 1 Vampiric Aura still. So we could perhaps have Carrion Swarm, or we could have level 2 Sleep, which doesn't make nearly as much sense to me at especially this level of play. I would assume that his opponent would be able to wake up his own units rather quickly. Alright, Crypt Fiends now making their way off to the north. The Dreadlord now making their way over as well, sitting at 600 hit points. That Ring of Regeneration really doing its thing. And is the Dreadlord of Lucifer just going to continue to creep? It looks that way. Level 3 versus level 1, and the Dreadlord still trying to creep out these creep camps. You can see that the Dreadlord has taken a fair bit of damage, but with so much damage mitigation, or with so much regeneration, he should be okay. You can see he's actually going up against a Troll Berserker right now, and is coming out slightly ahead, picking up a Tome of Intelligence, and now going after the units once more. Alright, we do see Cannibalize on the ghouls staying healthy, eating the corpses that are on the ground. Ogre Magi looks like it will be falling as the Dreadlord, still sitting at level 4. There's a Scroll of the Beast, and uses the Scroll of the Beast, and gonna pick up another one here. Not quite sure why he just didn't sell it, as that would have been an extra 200 gold. An extra 200 gold could have come in handy, especially since he is currently supply blocked and very low on gold. Dreadlord now making a maneuver over here. All right, let's see. The Dreadlord is right in position. We are going to see both of the heroes spot each other. There is a Death Knight, and the Death Knight is going to go ahead and use a Scroll of Town Portal to get out. Is it Crypt Fiend going to get taken down? Oh, no, it is not. A Death Coil goes down just in time before the Scroll of Town Portal, as the Death Knight now sitting at level 2, perhaps waiting for another Death Coil to go down on this very, very low hit point Crypt Fiend. In comes a Slaughterhouse as well. You can see the Ogre Magi has quickly fallen asleep right there. Falling asleep, standing up. Troll Berserker gonna get taken down. That Dreadlord is dealing so much damage. And are we gonna see level 2 Vampiric Aura? We are still sitting at level 1. So I still don't know what ability we have seen yet. Nope, it is level 2 Vampiric Aura, meaning that we are going to be regenerating many more hit points for these ghouls, as we now pick up a final item, a second Boots of Speed, which may be given to the second hero, which I currently don't see from Lucifer, as he has just now gotten to Halls of the Dead. Ghouls and Dreadlord now wandering around. What's going to be happening off over here? The Death Knight still coming in here as well. And what is happening? There is that Death Coil, and there is a sleep onto the Death Knight. The Death Knight could actually end up getting surrounded here. No, with Unholy Aura, very difficult to surround a Death Knight. Even if it doesn't have Boots of Speed, the Crypt Fiends can also try to make it so that there is a way to run away. Now, what is happening next? You can see the ghouls are off to the north, and now making their way back down. The Death Knight does want to get an easy kill or two, as the Shade now keeping track of Lucifer's whereabouts. A low hit point ghoul down to 92 hit points and falling. Gonna get back onto Blight here in just a moment, as the Crypt Fiends are unable to finish off any of these units. But is the Dreadlord gonna get caught out of position? No, it is not. That Ring of Regeneration still more than enough, as you can see the ghoul is cannibalizing and gonna be able to regenerate those hit points on these low hit point ghouls. The ghouls are currently upgraded 1-0. Death Knight sitting at level 3. Lich still sitting at level 1. No expansion yet for Lucifer, as he was denied moments ago. And he is now making moves out across the map. Level 2 improved Unholy Strength will give further damage to those ghouls, and perhaps give them enough lifesteal to maintain a consistent battle. So far, the Dreadlord still sitting at level 4. Doesn't have much it can do, and now we are going after this creep camp here. Nope, deciding not to, as we are going to see an engagement here. The Death Knight getting in some easy shots. There goes one ghoul. A second ghoul could get taken out rather quickly as well, as the ghoul now runs off to the north. That is 9 ghouls or 10 ghouls altogether. So, I believe that's 10 ghouls. Yeah, 10 ghouls altogether. And those 10 ghouls looking to just claw their way through those Crypt Fiends. However, 5 Crypt Fiends. And are we going to perhaps see a surround onto some of these units there? There's a Death Coil again, as the ghouls are now going to surround and perhaps take down one of these units. All right, there's another Death Coil, though. Beautifully played so far, as the Lich has been able to constantly get Frost Armor up, and Cechi is looking to be in a pretty good situation. The longer this game goes, the better this Crypt Fiend army will be, especially against the ghouls, as the ghouls now have to deal with Frost Armor coming in from a Lich. All right. Death Knight down over here, going to be heading off to the top left. Where are they going to be going to next? Meanwhile, off to the north, you can see this red creep camp, which is one of the primary creep camps on Secret Valley because of the items that it drops. I wouldn't be surprised now that we're passing the 10-minute mark of this game that both of these teams want to go after these creep camps. You may just try and aggro them and pull them over, and by aggroing and pulling them over, what you're doing is that you're ensuring that you're dealing damage without really committing to the fight. You can see that the Ogre Lord is now finally being brought over. However, the Ogre Lord is still taking a rather serious amount of damage, trying to run around, and the Ogre Lord is already down to, what, 90 hit points. It's got to get focused down rather quickly. And there it goes. Lich now finally getting to level 2. Has claws of attack +6, but here comes the attack from the back. And Cechi realizes what's wrong here as Lucifer charges on in. And Lucifer now with gargoyles in the air should be able to handle any severe amount of destroyers as the gargoyle is still looking pretty strong right now, especially with Vampiric Aura, meaning that the Dreadlord will in fact be able to get in a lot of, or the Gargoyles will be able to get in a lot of vampire health there. You can see that the Gargoyle sitting at 410 hit points, not even taking any damage whatsoever, as I believe the Drake is going after something else. It's not going to matter. Lucifer clearing out this creep camp on the top left. He's looking very, very strong. And what is he going to pick up as an item? A Sobi Mask. Orb of Corruption and a Sobi Mask. Are we going to see a Summon Infernals? That would be an absolute blast. I don't remember the last time I actually saw that animation in Warcraft 3, summoning an Infernal, stunning the map, and having a very, very powerful summon at that. The Dreadlord sitting at level 5 could be getting to level 6 anytime soon. Meanwhile, let's come back over here. The Death Knight sitting at 3. The Lich sitting at 3. Compared to a solo Dreadlord. A solo Dreadlord, which is a rather dangerous hero. Dreadlord now wandering around. Perhaps it's going to head over to the Fountain of Health. Realize that his opponent's not there. And there's only really one more creep camp that he can try to creep out. Even if he creeps out that creep camp, this is the problem with solo heroes. He doesn't want to engage yet, but because he's at maximum level against creeps, he doesn't really want to try and creep this out unless he goes purely for the gold or the positioning. All right, what's going to be happening now? Dreadlord now making its way over, and where are we going next? The Dreadlord, the ghouls, and the gargoyles just all in the air together, heading back home. Lucifer must be wondering what exactly his game plan is. We can see that there are or at least one frostworm in the air, and this Death Knight, if he's able to take down this frostworm, is actually a huge, huge advantage. The amount of damage that the Death Knight is now doing is a stupendous, stupid amount of damage, as we are now looking at, oh, the Tome of Experience has been left behind, and it looks as though the Dreadlord is going to be able to pick up the Tome of Experience, get a good amount of experience off of this, but the Scroll of Town portal was used up at just the right time there. All right, 1530 in terms of experience. We are now, I believe it takes 600 if I had. All right, what's going to be happening next? Dreadlord trying to finish off this creep camp here. It's going to get taken out. And I believe this item is going to get picked up. What is the item? I'm not 100% sure. It could be a Circlet of Mobility or just an item that was destroyed. And where exactly is the Dreadlord going to be going? It has no more room for creeping. You can see that there is a second Frostworm, and the Crypt Fiends are pretty much impervious, or Crypt Fiends are pretty much the guard against those gargoyles. If you can ensnare those gargoyles down, all of a sudden your Frostworms can deal a lot of damage, and that's perhaps what we're going to be seeing here. All right, a cancellation on the expansion by Lucifer. There goes another Acolyte. As the Acolyte and Death Knight now wandering together. All right, Lich now with plus 35 damage. Wow. Talk about an increase in damage. It goes from 28 damage to I believe, what is that, 63 damage to 53 damage, no, 63 damage to 69. That is a huge amount of damage here as we are going to be going into a battle. There you have it. You can see that the destroyers are trying to go after those units. There is the absorb mana. The gargoyles really trying to go after those units as the vampiric aura, level 2 vampiric aura, just able to keep and sustain some of these gargoyles. However, the gargoyles are taking a bit of damage as well. You can see that the gargoyles are trying to focus down units as the Lich, the Death Knight currently asleep, and it looks like it's going to go down. Lucifer still looking very strong here, going after all of these units. You can see that the Death Knight has woken up as the gargoyles are still here. There goes that Lich. That Lich is currently sleeping. One attack and it will wake up as the gargoyles are trying to go to town and go after all of these frostworms. However, another death coil does save it as we are looking at a lot of low hit point units and all of the gargoyles have been taken down. Lucifer gives the GG as he loses game 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game 2. Please stay tuned for game 3.